welcome Jakub.
So hello, my name is Jakub, I'm from FlowUp, I'm doing DevOps there. My presentation is gonna be about Kubernetes operators. I will tell you what are Kubernetes operators, how to create one, and what are they good for. So I will start with some definition. So one more formal definition is that Kubernetes operator is application that is installed in Kubernetes. It's some extension of Kubernetes, can be controlled by Kubernetes API, and can be controlled by kubectl CLI tool. Another definition, more informal, is that is some application that can automate things that must be done by some operator, maybe some DevOps engineer or someone. Why you should use Kubernetes operators? It can save you some things. One thing can be time, because a program can probably do things faster than you. And second thing that Kubernetes operators can save is some troubles. When you fuck up and do some huge mistake, these mistakes can happen, and they will do happen when you do things manually. Next thing, there are some Kubernetes operators examples, so we can imagine better what are Kubernetes operators for. One Kubernetes operator example is certificate manager. Maybe if you know Kubernetes, you will probably know the first one. It's developed by Jetstack, and it's working. It's used for issuing certificates from Let's Encrypt. So you just put some definition that says about your certificate, what domain you need that for, and information that are needed for retrieving that certificate, and the cert manager will do that for you. Another example of operator is Prometheus operator that will help you monitor your stuff in your Kubernetes cluster, like deployments or services. Maybe you ask, why Go? Kubernetes is one of the largest projects that is developed in Kubernetes, in Golang. It has huge community, and it's big advantage because community of Golang and Kubernetes has big intersection. So a lot of projects that are related to Kubernetes and Go can happen. Another languages can be used too. There are also client libraries for other languages, Python, Java, or any other known languages, but advantage of Go is in its community. Now I will show you some SDK that can help you develop Kubernetes operator, and it's Operator SDK. It's developed by CoreOS. Maybe you know that company. It has some. It does some stuff that is related to containers, Kubernetes. What does this operator helps you? One thing that it helps is developing of operator, and that's because Kubernetes changes with each version, and every version of the Kubernetes API has some different needs for developing operator. It can help you generate some initial project, then you just extend for your needs. Here is some workflow that you may use when you use SDK operator. It's very simple. You just define your custom resources that you need. Then you define which resources in your Kubernetes cluster should be watched. Then you implement business logic of your operator, so that are the things that you need to out of your Kubernetes operator that it will do. Then you deploy the Kubernetes operator into your cluster, and then you just profit from that. I will show this flow on Kubernetes operator that I'm currently working on. It's KMS operator, and it's operator that is used for managing secrets in your cluster by key management services like Google Cloud Key Management Service or AWS Key Management Service. It's open source and it's available on GitHub. So, as I mentioned, in the workflow, you define your Kubernetes resources. Secret KMS spec that you see on the top of the file is the main resource. It has 3 fields, and that's the secret, file, and provider. Secret is the name of the secret that will be created when when secret is decrypted by KMS service. Maybe if you know Kubernetes a little, you will know that structure of Kubernetes secret file is that it has multiple files, and this file has some content, some data, which is encrypted. Third field is KMS provider, which is a provider, for example, Google Cloud provider, and it holds information about the decryption of secret. It has all things that are needed for decryption, and also the decrypted, encrypted data. Maybe you ask why is that good for? You can store your secrets in your repositories, and you don't have to use some vault or some wallet for your secrets and some credentials or some secret data. Then you define the resources you want to watch. This is currently code that is generated by Operator SDK, and it automatically adds to watch the resources the custom resource it created. So maybe you don't have to edit that, but you can add another resources that should be watched, like generic Kubernetes resources like deployments or services. Then you have to implement the business logic. Again, a function handle is generated by Operator SDK. There is also switch on the type of the event and type of the resource. For now, it's only secret KMS resource, and its event has 2 types. Or if it's deleted or created, it's only Boolean. So when the secret is deleted, the method delete secret is called, and when the secret is created, the method create secret is called. Methods create secret reads the information from the created resource. So it has a secret name, it has the information about provider and method of decryption of the secret. It will create a request for the KMS services, KMS service that you provided, and it will decrypt the secret and puts it in the secret in your Kubernetes cluster. Now I have a little demo of how this operator works in action. So now I list the Kubernetes secrets in cluster. There is only resource default token. Now I deploy the Kubernetes operator in the cluster. Now we can see that the operator was deployed correctly. This operator needs some authentication method, and for Google Cloud it's using secret, not secret, but service account. This service account has to be stored in secret Google SA KMS. It's automatically mounted into the operator, and then it's used for decryption of the secrets. Now you can see here that the operator is deployed correctly, and it has 1 pod ready. will show you the resource that I will put into the cluster. So you can see here that I have example service account, name the resource. It will create secret named example service account and put the file credentials.json, and there is information about provider. Project is related to Google Cloud project. Location, keyring, key, and data are related to key management service. Location, you can have multiple locations in your Google Cloud KMS. Each location can have multiple keyrings, and each keyring can have multiple keys. So you have to provide all this information so secret can be then later successfully decrypted. And the last line is the data, which are data that are encrypted by the KMS and put in that file. Now I will put that file in the cluster. Maybe you can see that secret KMS resource was created in the cluster. Now we can prove that. And now we can see in the second line that secret was created, and you will see that there are decrypted data. You can see the difference here. Here are the decrypted data from those encrypted data that are stored here. And I think that's all from this demo. And I think that it's also all for my presentation. So thank you for your attention, and you can ask questions if you have any. No questions? Okay, so that's all for me. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Jakub, again. Now, I want to thank everybody that you came here, and I want to thank also to our sponsors, our general sponsor, Sledovanie TV, which will actually be picking up vouchers for you guys who actually ask questions. So you still have time to ask questions if you ask. I have these here, all right? And I want to also thank the GIC for this place. I want to thank Kiwi for helping us with the beer and also with the voucher that you can also win, so you can still ask. And I want to also thank FlowUp. I'm also part of FlowUp. Let's thank FlowUp for organizing this event because Krista, who was organizing this event, is right now ill, so I'm sorry she's not here. But she says hello to all of you, and you're welcome to come again to this meetup. I think there will be another one in 2 months. So thank you again for coming, and we'll now go and pick some winners. Thank you.